Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you and tell you how to use a Keurig K Express coffee machine. This will be a full tutorial, so let's get right into the video. Luckily for you, this is actually one of the easiest, most convenient coffee machines to learn how to use. You can literally learn how to use this thing in a couple of minutes, and you can have it set up and ready for use out of the box in less than 5 or 10 minutes. It's really quick, okay? And that number will go down even further if you don't use a water filter. I chose to buy a separate water filter, so it took a little bit of extra time, but if you're not using a water filter, then your time will go down significantly. It'll be even faster to set up and even easier to learn how to use, okay? Well, having the water filter in there doesn't really make a difference with regards to learning how to use it because it just sits there. It's part of the maintenance of it, but it definitely takes part in the setup process. So let's get right into the video. Enough beating around the bush. First and foremost, plug in your machine, okay? Make sure that when you set it up, you've washed your water reservoir with soapy water and rinsed it out thoroughly with fresh water. You want to make sure this is clean because this is where the water sits, okay? That's where the water sits before it goes into your cup. So make sure that it's cleaned thoroughly and rinsed thoroughly, okay? Plug the machine in. Make sure you have water in the tank once it has been cleaned and rinsed. You want to make sure you have fresh, clean water in the tank. Turn your machine on with the power button right there. Okay? Now, as you can see, there are essentially 3 lights that are illuminated. 6, 8, and 10 for 6 ounces, 8 ounces, and 10 ounces. It all depends on the size of coffee that you want. When you're ready to brew your cup of coffee, and I'll tell you about those lights in a minute. When you're ready to brew your cup of coffee, you want to open up the lid like this. So I keep my finger here, my thumb here, and I pull that open like that, and then I lift it up. You want to remove your old Keurig K cup that's in there. If you brewed a cup of coffee previously, recently, you're going to have an old K cup in there. You can see mine has been used right there, okay? You're going to put your new one in there. It goes in like this. You can see the more narrow part is at the bottom, the wider part is at the top. So just put it in and it goes in just like that. I'll show you. Just like that, okay? Make sure it's seated nicely. You'll get used to it once you've done it a few times. But for the first time, make sure it's seated nicely. Take your lid, close it thoroughly. So it's closed nice and securely. As you can see, the handle is pressed down and flush with the lid. And now these buttons are flashing because it's waiting for you to choose your cup of coffee that you want to brew, okay? Take your mug. I just rinsed it, so I just have some water in there. So once again, yeah, I just washed it and rinsed it. I didn't have any, I had paper towels, but I didn't want to use them. I didn't have like a dish towel, so I just sort of relying on the drip method like that. Place it underneath the dispenser right there. Choose the size of coffee cup that you want to brew. 6 ounces. Push the button like I did there, and it's going to brew your cup of coffee. You want to make sure you have enough water in the water reservoir. As you can see over there, I have plenty of water. Make sure it's above the minimum line and below the maximum line. Very, very easy to understand. Now, as this is brewing, it'll only take a very short amount of time. There's an add water light here and a descale light here, okay? Add water means that you need to add water. There's not enough water in the tank. So if that's illuminated, you need to add water or look at if there's an obstruction somehow in your water tank. Okay? Something that's preventing the water from making its way through the machine. Descale will illuminate when you need to descale the machine, from what I understand, from what I remember reading at one point in time. So when you have to descale the machine, when it's recommending that you descale the machine, that descale light will illuminate. Just give you a better view because I know it was kind of dark in that. Add water and descale right there. 2 lights. Okay? So literally, you get the machine ready for use by plugging it in, turning it on, filling it up with water once this has been cleaned thoroughly, okay? I like to just clean it every time I refill it, just very briefly, like a quick rinse. The first time I washed it thoroughly, and then every time I refill it, I just give it a quick rinse to discard any of the old water in there or scale or whatever else, anything else that's in there, okay? Very simple, because the filter will filter out stuff, so I want to make sure that it's all rinsed out, just in case. Yeah, basically you get it ready to use, you turn it on, you put your Keurig K cup coffee pot in there, you push the button of the size that you want to brew, that's it, you're good to go. You have a delicious cup of coffee, just like that. It's literally that simple. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.